Welcome back to another Avatar tutorial for Jump Force. Today we are going to be creating Knucklebine, the Beast Hunter from Hunter x Hunter. Firstly we're going to walk through how to create and customize this character, as well as going through the entire moveset that I use, as well as alternate options if you want to change anything. All of that up next. So why did I choose to create Knuckle? Well, Knuckle is a character I've been meaning to create for a long time now, so I simply got around to something I'd put off. Aside from that, Knuckle is possibly one of my favourite Hunter x Hunter characters. I say possibly simply because there are too many characters from Hunter x Hunter that I love so much. Anyway, I always figured creating Knuckle from a visual and mechanical standpoint wouldn't be too much of a challenge, so I took a swing at it. Whilst I think creating the character is easy enough, the limitations in Jump Force make the final result not too amazing in my opinion. Let's get into that. To begin with, I created a male Type B fighter. Type B is my go-to fighting style for avatar creations because I think it's the most versatile, but it fits well with Knuckle. Knuckle is a character who uses a lot of brute strength and physical attacks when he fights. Aside from his unique Nen ability, his actual fighting style is straightforward. Next, I'm going to walk through all of the customization options such as the body, hair, eyes, etc. But I will return once that's all done to talk about the outfit and the moveset. See you soon. So I expected Knuckle to turn out a little bit better from a visual standpoint. Whilst I knew his hair wouldn't be accurate, I at least expected his outfit to be in the game, but it isn't really. That's why I went for the topless look, which is luckily how he is most of the time anyway. So for this outfit you will only need 2 items, which is really nice. The first item are his bottoms, and you'll find these at the general store in the main lobby, and they're called School Clothes number 2. The other item are Knuckle's shoes. Head over to the One Piece store, that's Team Beta's store, and get leather shoes number 3. That's all you'll need for the outfit. Movesets for physical strength characters are always very easy to create while still having some variety in there. You have some options for close range attacks, dashes to close the distance, and unblockable abilities for mix-up. Knuckles' unique Nen ability is about lending the opponent power that they can't actually use and then sealing their abilities for a duration. It's a strange power and I don't want to go into the details, but that's not something you can recreate in Jump Force. So we'll just be focusing on regular physical attacks. For Knuckles' first ability, I decided to go with 100 Rending Fists from Kenshiro's moveset. This is a pretty standard physical attack and focuses on speed over power. Admittedly, I think there are better options here for an ability of this nature, but I went with 100 Rending Fists because I simply find it more fun to use. Alternate options include Spirit Wave from Yusuke's moveset and Detroit Smash from Deku's moveset. Both are good close range options in my opinion, but I just personally prefer 100 Rending Fists because it's more fun for me to use. For Knuckles' second ability, I went with Awakening of the Senses, again from Kenshiro's moveset. This ability gives some mobility since it's a dash and reduces the enemy's physical resistance, which is always nice for piling on more damage. For an alternative ability, I would recommend Futayu no Kiwami. Not only is this another dash ability, but it also only costs 1 bar to use. It may be a much slower dash, but you also get the option to amplify it for more damage as well. For Knuckles' third ability, I went with Organ Murder from Yusuke's moveset. I wanted to get an unblockable ability in there because I think it just fits well with Knuckle. Also the headbutt at the start just feels like something Knuckle might do. I have a few alternatives here if you don't necessarily want 3 offensive abilities. Fortify from Gon's moveset is a standard ability for any Hunter x Hunter avatar since they can all use this ability from the show. Tenko from Biscuit's moveset is also great in my opinion. Not only is it a Nen buff like Fortify, but it also gives you an extra offensive option, so I really like this ability for that reason. and Raging Strike from Goku's moveset is also good if you want a strictly defensive option. And finally, for Knuckles' awakened ability, I went with Delaware Detroit Smash from Deku's moveset. Physical strength characters are usually limited in their choice for awakened ability, so Battle Grief from Kenshiro's moveset is the only alternative option I have for you. I find that Delaware Detroit Smash and Battle Grief are the go-to abilities for this combat style. I hope you've enjoyed this avatar tutorial. As you may know, the final result for Knuckle isn't particularly amazing. If I didn't like the character of Knuckles so much, I probably would have scrapped this video altogether. I always have fun creating physical strength type characters since their movesets are simple and effective, even if they lack in some variety. Jump Force's character customization is quite frustrating at times. Some notable things that could have made Knuckle much better is the ability to change outfit colours without having to buy separate outfit pieces, and being able to add age to the characters. Knuckles' face is quite rough, but even with the scars and the decals, you can't really make a character look all that rough. I made this avatar tutorial trailer outlining the next 4 characters I'll be making in the avatar tutorial series. So far I've made Android 18 and Knuckle, so check that out if you want to see who I'm making next. If you want it to be a surprise, then I won't spoil it here, but just know that I already have plans for the next 2 avatar tutorials after this one. Anyway, that's all I have for today's avatar tutorial. Please enjoy this short gameplay montage for Knucklebind, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.距離